Alright, this is a bit of a interim video. So in between places, obviously sometimes the van needs a bit of a clean out, and that's what we're going to do today. But also figured we'd do a video with how we organise everything, little tips and tricks, having 5 people in a small space. I see in lots of the caravan groups and everything, so many people are like, how do you organise this? Where should I put that? Does anyone have any tips? So this video is our tips on everything. At this minute, the van is a complete bomb site. So I'll give you a walk around. Down the end isn't too bad. That's the bunks and all that. I've just washed all the sheets and they're all ready to go, and the towels. But pantry cupboard is a mess. Down here there is literally, and of course our bed ends up the storage for all the stuff in between when we're cleaning. So starting off with a pretty filthy slate here, I'll show you how we organize all our bits and pieces, from linen, clothes, food, all of that stuff, where we put it all. We started our vanning adventurers in a small little Franklin Arrow. So it was 15 foot with one cupboard for all of us and one cupboard for like food. So going from that to this, it's like, it almost feels like there's too much room. So anyway, I'm going to set you down. You can watch Phoebes and I. Phoebes is so excited to be helping me. You can sit back and watch us organise our van. Alright, first thing is bedding. For the kids' beds and ours, we use the Adair's jersey sheets, the fitted sheets. They're really soft and stretchy, and they fit really well over the mattresses, so they almost stick, and they've got really good elastic. So yeah, maybe they run all the way under, because obviously the caravan mattresses are quite a bit narrower than regular single, so they wrap all the way around and sit underneath really well. We've tried many different setups with doona and blankets. We've had just like fleece blankets, regular single bed doonas, woolen blankets, sleeping bags. So now we use the Vanchester range. You can get them. I think you can get them from Trip No Van's website. I think Anaconda. If you Google Vanchester, they should come up. They're the best. They are awesome. They're worth the cost. They have like a fitted sheet under the bottom and just like a regular doona on top. And they come with the doona as well. So if you look at the price, you're like, it's a doona and everything, the cover, the whole lot. We still travel with the woolen blankets in a space bag, because when we're in places like Victoria and it's freezing, we just want that extra. But we use hot water bottles too, and we probably will ditch the woolen blankets maybe going forward. I don't know. But anyway, that's what we use. So we're about to make the beds. It is a shit job. I hate doing it. It's like my least favorite thing in the van. I hate doing doona covers anyway, but the bunk bed ones are a real nightmare. So I'll set this camera up and I'll speed this up, and you can see just how much fun we have putting the bedding together. Alright, I pull the mattresses out. I just find it's easier to get the sheet all the way over them. Meanwhile, watching all of the stuff that the kids have in their bunks, which is always good fun. So pull it all the way out and get the sheet on. So these are the jersey sheets, and you can see like there's heaps of sheet. You could probably get made up ones, and I know Manchester do sheets for bunks, but we're like, these work really well and they're really nice and soft, so they don't feel like there's a big bunch underneath. And I think it's because of the fabric. I guess it depends on what cover is on your mattresses. So we've got removable covers on ours as well that can come off and be washed, and so whatever these covers are made of, it's almost like they statically stick together, because I don't know about you, but I hate having all the wrinkles in the sheets. So they stick really well, so you don't get that. The Doonas, this is them. They're really thick, soft, fluffy Doonas, and they're the Manchester ones that come with it. So back to full fast forward. Well, they look good. Yeah, they just don't fit good. Alright, these
ones are so small.
These games are everywhere. I can always pause and stuff. For the interim, this is our games box. It's just a clothing, I'll say like a drawer for like a wardrobe insert from IKEA. And we put our board games in these pencil cases. They're just a little bigger than A4, so you can fit an A4 book in them. So we have chess in those. We do one for pencils, and the kids each have one of those for schoolwork. We keep them separate to the games. But yeah, so they all go in here. And then we have like the small travel games like this. Just found Olivia's dictionary, which we just went and bought a new one. Love that. And like, yeah, little travel games. These ones, they all go in there, and they go in our whole cupboard. I'll show you that, because I don't know if you're blocked by Phoebes or the wall or whatnot then. But so this cupboard, the kids' wardrobe, I guess. So that's where the game goes, and that one up there is all our towels, beach towels, not bathroom towels. So they're all in here. So we have one Tesslate one. They're not the best. The rest are all Will and Wind, which you can see they all fit in perfectly. And then we have hooded towels. These are good for like on the boat and everything to keep the wind off, but I will say they take forever to dry. They are an absolute nightmare. I'm actually missing one, so I'm guessing that must be in my pile of stuff over here to put away. But yeah, I will put you back in position. All right, I just dropped the camera and everything then. All right, Phoebes is going to chuck me her Doona cover. Hopefully you can sort of see. It's hard to get this position because it's such a tight space down here. So this is the Manchester Doona. Something that I hate more than anything is putting Doona covers on. Like, I don't know, it's just hell because I want them to fit right, and it drives me nuts. So anyway, I get to do this fun job because usually Simon will be outside with the kids somewhere, like he is right now. So the usual fun stuff.
I tried to do it once and I had to crawl inside.
Yeah, I think I have filmed you putting a Doona cover on. Usually the kids do their own, which is very good, but they fit perfect, so you don't have to worry about the Doona sliding around inside of the cover or anything like that. They've made them so they fit like in exact, and it all zips up. So that's it. It's actually really easy. Zips up, and that's it. The doona is in its cover. So this is the base. It's like a fitted sheet sewn to the bottom. We actually turn ours over like this, and then that bit just goes over the end of the mattress. And yeah, that's it. They stay on. I'm going to put those in the dryer. They just feel a bit dampish.
Put them.
Just I don't know.
I'll put
Shove
them
them
on the garbage pile.
shove them somewhere. So that's Phoebe's bunk is always the first one done because it's the middle bunk. It's the easiest one to get to.
I'll probably have to do Micah's one.
Micah's, yeah, same thing. No, Micah's I pull the mattress all the way out and put the doona and everything on it before putting it back up. And if you fold the mattresses in half and put them up, then it's easier to get it in, if that makes sense. They tuck in. If you're worried about the size, so if you're like, I don't know what size my bunk is. If your bunks run along the side of your van and you have not built your van to stipulate larger size bunks, then your bunks are standard. If your bunks run along the back of your van, they are the larger size. So there's two sizes when you're buying these. So that way, if you haven't actually custom made your bunk beds, that's how you know what size you've got. And that's it. So I'll give you a little peek inside Phoebe's bed. So that's with the bed made. They fit really well. They're nice and soft. So what we do for the kids, we have these hooks. I mean, you can see here, these are the Fusion Lock ones from Bunnings. I don't know how much they are. They come in a 2-pack or a single pack, but these we have, you can sort of see everywhere. And the kids use these to hang like their camera bags or just bags with stuff, because no matter what you do, they have stuff. Inside the bunk, ours came with these pouches. I mean, they're kind of useless. There's not much you can fit in them, but like Phoebes has her fans in there. We have another Fusion Lock hook in their beds because they've got the Navigator drink bottles. So they hang on those hooks, so they have a drink in their bed. And then we have another Fusion Lock caddy down the end here for Phoebes, and they just put their trinkets and all that sort of stuff. We did used to have those bunk pouches from IKEA that hung over the ladders, but they just ended up getting filled with crap, rocks and junk and lolly wrappers and things like that. So we've ditched those and we're going to put in extra Fusion Lock caddies. I'll show you down in Liv's bed. I mean, hers still has to get made, but so she's got the larger caddy across the back here, and so she can have her little plants and things in there, and we'll get another one to go across here. So it comes out here. It doesn't sort of interfere with their feet because it's high enough up, and then they can put extra things in there. Micah, being in the top, he doesn't have that extra part, so we're just going to give him another one at the back or up here. We haven't sort of figured that out yet, but that's just so they can organize where their things go. Phoebe's the one that brings the most stuff away and buys the most things. I think she's learnt a little bit about it, but I don't know if she really has. Anyway, we have this curtain that divides the bunk area. I think when we first started using the van, we used to shut it at night, and then we just don't, because we have the I'm gonna unlock that. We have the Sorcos here, and if we shut that, then they don't get any of the air. We put those up so that the air conditioner, which is down there, actually blows down here, because it gets really hot down this back end of the van, and there's not much you can do. Like, they've got fans and everything, but if you're in Midgie Town, you're not going to be having windows and stuff open. So the next thing we'll organise is the bathroom. But first, we'll finish making the beds. Alright, hopefully you can hear me. Phoebe's vacuuming. One thing I did just want to say with the Manchester, the doona comes with a pillowcase, which will fit a smaller sized pillowcase. So we have big fluffy pillows and they fit, but they don't quite zip up. So we don't really tend to use the pillowcases that come with them. So if you're wanting to use the pillowcases, just make sure you have the smaller size pillows. These are just IKEA full size ones, but I think you can get smaller size pillows and then they'll fit perfect. So just keep that in mind if you get them. You're like, oh my God. Otherwise we just used them and left them sort of open at the back because they zip down the middle at the back. But yeah, so this is bunk one. And yes, puffed out because we have to pull the mattresses off and everything. It's a bit of a workout. The camera got knocked off the bench and everything. So unfortunately there's no footage of that. But that's the bed's made. Yeah, it's tiring. It's the worst job. Putting the fitted sheet on the queen bed's a bit of a pain as well. So that'll be fun. So we'll finish these up and then we'll head into the bathroom and show you how we organise that. Obviously there's 5 of us, but not little kids. So at the moment we've got 14, 12 and 9. So they take up a lot of space and have a lot of stuff. So I'll just show you what we've sort of done to try and make it feel like everyone has their own space and their things that they want without taking up too much space. Phoebe wanted me to film. I'm still doing the bottom bunk. But so far I've kicked my shin into the base of the middle bunk, trying to kick a pillow in. And I'm just trying to pull the bottom bunk mattress out and just whacked my elbow. So Phoebe's like, you should keep filming so that everyone can see how much you hurt yourself. So yeah, bunk beds are not fun. I was going to say something else. Stop myself then. They are a pain. They're so hard to get out.
I'll squish it.
Listen to music or sort of watch something on their iPads. Usually they just get in our bed because the TV is over our bed. So they usually all just get in there to watch movies and we kind of all just go to bed like at the same time. So I guess if you've got younger kids, you're probably going to want your curtain or door or something to have privacy when they go to bed. But we don't really we just all go to bed at the same time when traveling and get up at the same time. We'll just show you. Phoebe's just moved one of the hooks for us. So these little baskets come in a pack of 2 from IKEA, and we were thinking that they might stick out too far, but they're actually pretty good. So as a place to store shit, because kids have shit. So we've given that to Micah up there because he doesn't have the ladder. So that's going to give him an extra spot to put like a teddy or a flashlight, you know, something like that. It's nothing super heavy, although the Fusion Lock hooks carry a fair bit of weight, but we break a lot of them because the kids put so much on them. They'll put, say, they each have a camera bag. They'll put their camera bag on it, but then they each also have a bag that they like a tote bag that they bring in the car when we're doing big trips. It'll hold their Switch, their iPad, drink bottle and stuff. And quite often they bring it in and hang it on the hook as well. And then they bump the hooks and it just ends up too much weight and they snap. So I do wish that they sold the little hooks because they slide off and on really easy. Listen up, Bunnings, Fusion Lock, please carry more of just this bit because we have tons of the suction part, but this is the bit that breaks heaps. And we always have to buy like a whole new pack just to get the spare hooks. So would be ace if we can spare hooks. If you know that you can get spare hooks, like let me know where I get them from, because I need lots. Because at the moment, like our fruit hammock, which is here, one of its hooks is gone because the kids needed it for theirs. So by the way, these are really cool. I know there's all different kinds. Ours is not the flat one. Ours is actually a hold hammock, because the flat ones, I just need to say, they look really pretty when you're sitting around, but when you drive, they're shit. Your fruit falls off everywhere. Our hammock one, it's fine. We've been on off-road. It survived going to
Steep Point.
well, we didn't take the van to Steep Point. It survived going to 14 Mile, Membernup, and where else was really bad road? I can't think, but it survived some pretty insane roads. Just if you've got those teeny tiny apples and mandarins, they do fall through the holes, but standard size fruit is fine. Occasionally we'll find a banana has jumped out and is on the couch, but that's kind of it. And yeah, we go everywhere with it. So it's awesome. It's from iKnot. I will put their link down the bottom. We also have their hat holder for our Akubaras. We have them in the house and in the van, and they're ace. But I'm going to get back to trying to finish these bunks so I can show you the bathroom. My little helper. All right, so the tight space. Phoebes is helping vacuum. I will note we do not take the Dyson with us
We have a mini one.
on trips. We have a little mini vacuum. So this is our interim. So the bathroom, we have a proper full ensuite. So bathroom with sink, toilet and stuff and separate shower. Cleaning, Phoebes, we have got, all right.
Who died in the first one?
They're just shouting about Stranger Things.
Papa did.
Okay, this thing. You might have seen some of our videos. We use this in the house. This thing, these are the best. So I'm sure you've seen them before. You fill them up with detergent, but we use them to clean everything. So we don't really have water on at the minute for the van, but you just clean up your sink, and they're great for mirrors as well, and really easy. I mean, pretty much everything in here can sort of get wet, but you just wipe it all up, clean it, tap everything, and then use a squeegee to mop it all down. And it's quick, easy, and does a really good job. Yeah, they're like, I don't know, they're like $4 or something. You can get them from everywhere, the supermarket, Kmart, Big W, wherever it is that you shop for that sort of stuff. Yeah, they're, I don't know, a time saver, a lifesaver. With all this stuff that I've brought out, trying to find all the cleaning things is proving awesome. Usually I use a Will and Wind towel to mop up, but I think I've stolen them all and taken them into the house. The what do they call them? The multi-towel. So the multi-towel I use for all that stuff. But if you go side to side, I do not know what that is. I'm tipping at Simon working on something outside. But I just use a squeegee and go across all of it, and that's it. Mirror is clean. I'll sort of move out of the way, but yeah, then I just get this and do that. It's easier than using a spray, and it's all clean. And then I'll just wipe down the sink with the same cloth. These, I'll use my reflection. I'll shove you in the corner there. Hope that you don't slide off. No, it's not going to work. Very hard in these small spaces. So we have these. These are from Adventure Awaits. They just stick to the mirror. Yeah, she doesn't. And the toothbrushes go in them. So you can get them from Adventure Weights. I will pop a link in the comments. You can use our code, which is, I think it's Tribe10, for 10% off anything you buy. But have a look, like they've got so much cool stuff. Sorry, I'm just trying to get them on straight. They have a little line so you can sort of line them up. Obviously we have 6, even though there's 5 of us, because you can't get a single one. But anyway, that's those. And the toothbrushes just clip in like that. So we do also travel with the electric toothbrush, but we have backups. So when we have the electric toothbrushes, just the heads sit in there, and we keep the electric toothbrush in the corner there. It's just nice to sort of have both, I guess. Sometimes the kids prefer to have a normal toothbrush. Anyway, sometimes we can't get replacement heads for the electric toothbrush depending on where we are and if we need new ones, so we just get new toothbrushes usually. So our last big trip we took a spare bamboo one, so 2 bamboo toothbrushes each and 2 replacement heads each, so that we could change them all over for like 3 months. I don't know, they start to look manky and you're like, I'm not putting that in my mouth. It's pretty obvious. The electric ones have like a fading thing, but that's it. So that's cleaning and organizing the sink. The only thing we keep on the sink is the toothbrushes and this hand soap. Everything else sort of goes to the side. So I'll show you. I haven't got a shelf over here to put you anywhere, but this little bench here. So this is our bin for the bathroom. It just sort of lives down the side. You can't see. Lives down the side of the toilet. So we don't put toilet paper in the toilet if we can help it. Sometimes you can't help it. It goes in that bin, which obviously has a bin liner in it, because those of you with children will probably understand, they use a lot of toilet paper. And when we first started going away in the van, we were like, why are we going through so much toilet paper? And then also the cassette was full really quick, because the toilet paper breaks down, but not if you use a lot. And if you're not moving a lot, it also doesn't break down. It needs to move to swoosh around to break down. So we started doing that. So occasionally you can, you know, obviously if it's, I won't go into details, but if you need to, you put it in the toilet. But 99% of the time, the toilet paper goes into the bin. So we get more space in the cassette. So with 5 people. We also have 2 cassettes. Simon put a like a caddy on the outside of the van where our external batteries were, to hold the extra cassette. So we have 2. So if we're somewhere where there's no dump point, we can change over and don't have to worry about that. Another fusion lock here. Okay. Here we have for like things that you sort of want to grab daily. Moisturizer, toothpaste. At the moment, obviously, we've got the moisture absorbers in there. We have like a toilet or room spray in there that stays there while we drive with everything in it. We don't take anything out. These don't budge, especially on the bathroom walls, because they're shiny. Up the top here is where we keep our chemicals, toilet paper, and our sort of allergy box. We also have baby powder and stuff up there too, because we use that for sand. If you've got lots of sticky sand, use baby powder before drying yourself. It helps get rid of it all. Down here in this cupboard, we have a 3-pack organizer, and then these 2. They're just, I think, Big W or Kmart packs. And they have things like hair stuff. So hairbrushes live in this cupboard, sunscreen, our spare toothbrushes, bug sprays, just bathroom things, really. We try to carry a lot of spare stuff that's not too heavy. so that if we're stuck somewhere, we don't have to worry about trying to find these things. You know, like cotton buds, we have lots of band-aids, spare shavers, and then our medicines are all down the bottom. Girls' hygiene products, shavers, and medicinal things like mosquito stuff, tweezers, medicines, eye drops, all those sorts of things, and our cleaning stuff. These guys, Eco Traveller, we use their 4-in-1 to clean the toilet, but I hate the toilet cleaning sachets. The smell, it's kind of sweet, and it's kind of a sickly smell. Some people love it. I'm not a fan. We've tested quite a few, and the Thetford ones are the best for us. The blue Thetford. It's a very light smell. It's not overpowering in the van, so that's what we use. We also use this Barani Naturals bathroom spray for the whole bathroom, aside from when I'm using dish liquid. But I spray the walls in it, wipe them down. It keeps them clean, and it's just easy. So that's where we store all those things. This here, so the original toilet paper holder was put behind the toilet, so you have to snap your arm off to get your toilet paper. So we use that to hang hair ties, and in here we have like scrunchies and cleaning things. We usually also hang our little sack with our stain stick in it, so that if I do hand washing at the sink, it's easy to get. And we just got a new toilet roll holder for over here. It's not Fusion Lock, it's like, I think it's Kmart or Big W brand of the same sort of thing. It works. So towels, I have seen a few people put a bar up in their shower. I don't know, there's too many of us in and out of the shower all the time to do that. So we have these, the Fusion Lock hooks. Again, we have towels that have the little toggles. If you don't, it's easy enough to just add something on it, and they each hang. We have them all over, and our bath mat hangs on the towel rail because it's like a single towel rail. Like, it's not going to work for anybody. And that's that. Simon just calling me. Our other thing that we have in here is this. It's just a little $2 shop elastic line that suctions up here to the mirror, and then this bit I just wrap around and clip. This is just for, you know, like undies, bathers, things that just need to hang inside quickly if we're moving. So we just have those in there because quite often the weather's not always amazing. So in the shower, it's a little dark in here. I might just pop the lights on so maybe you can see a little bit, because I've got most of the vents shut. So I'll hop in the shower. I'll just turn the shower light on. Okay, now it's blinding. Again, we have the Fusion Lock caddy in here. Same thing, it does not come off when we travel. The only thing that loosens is these little things, and just push them back down. Usually that has our shampoo, conditioner, and face wash, body wash in there. We then have another toiletries hook here that has our cleaning thing for the shower and a soap sack. So that stays in there all the time for using soap. Around the shower end we have this little bag that keeps our conditioner bar in it. So just find that they're easy to have in there. You just rub your hands on them and then use them. We sort of have a combination of soap bars, shampoo bars, and bottled shampoo. So whatever works for you. When we are off grid and using minimal water, we use the bars, and then when we have full showers, we have the full shampoo. We have these. This one just holds body wash, and then Simon's shaving station, so the shaver hangs. This is again all from Adventure Awaits, and they're fantastic. They just peel off when you need to clean the shower and stick back on. Just try and get out of here. The narrow space, the van's not exactly level at the moment, so it keeps collapsing onto me. But that's our bathroom. It's not really, I think it's pretty sort of common what we do. Adding this is mostly because I hated having stuff all over the bench, like Olivia's moisturizers and lip balms and Phoebe's things and my things, and it's just nice to just have the bench clear. I mean, at the moment it's got cleaning stuff, but it's just nice to have a clear space in there just to feel a little bit neat. So having that for your junk, it's off the bench, it's just out of the way. They're fantastic. Like, I'd have them all. I mean, I do have them all through the van. They're definitely something, if you're wanting to sort of organize your space, get them in here. Phoebe's been in here and shut the blinds, so it's all dark. So the cupboards for the kids. So this is the one. I guess it's different if you're in a camper. I can't speak for what it's like in a camper trailer because I've never had one. We did tent camping once. That was enough for me. It was hell. Like, the air mattress kept going down. The kids all ended up in bed with me, just trying to get this to stand up, and it was hell. So we bought a van shortly after that. So I haven't had to deal with that, but I have had the small van with not much storage. From IKEA, you can get these tubs. They are called Stuck, S-T-U-K, Stuck, and they come flat. They're in the wardrobe section, and you sort of put them together. The kids each have 2 of these, so they have tops and bottoms in them. One for a cooler climate, one for warmer climate, and then they have 2 of these for jocks and socks and swimwear. And they all fit in to the cupboard like this. So they throw across. Phoebe, because she's got the where the doors close on, she doesn't have one, so she just keeps her jumpers in the middle there and uses one of these for bathers and underwear. So that works for her, because you've probably seen in our video the solar setup, and inside our van we added extra shelves because before there was just the one. So you just get these super high shelves which are useless. So now the kids each have their own shelf, and then the top was for towels and games. So that's all our kids have, this shelf, and of course the little basket and things that I showed you in their beds. That's it. If what they want to bring doesn't fit in there, they can keep it in their bed or whatever, but that's their space. It's plenty. We haven't had any issues with them needing more space, not really. Before we got the washing machine, we had this massive cupboard down here where they used to keep like a backpack of stuff, but they haven't missed it. So much prefer having this. At the moment, like, we had a drawer above it and we took it out. It's one of those useless little flat drawers, and there's not a lot you can put in them or do with them. So we have this. I do need to find, swinging you around. These are from Bunnings, but Kmart do them as well. They're a collapsible laundry basket, and we got them for the house, but also for the van. So I could probably even fit 2. I don't know. So this can go under here and keep, before we just had a basket, but this will keep our laundry detergent. Mostly I use the wipes, again from Adventurer Weights. They have everything. The wipes are really great when not using a lot of water, and I'm not doing a ton of washing. If I'm doing like full loads, I use detergent. And I use the pods purely because they're lighter and easier to store in the van, because sometimes it's just, what works, and they work. I'll show you what I mean so it makes sort of sense to you. So this is the basket that we used to use, and we just got these, the capsules. They're like, I don't know why they call it a capsule, they're just like a jelly pouch, like a dishwasher pouch. We just use these and they go in. They are best used with more water because otherwise they don't break down and they sort of stick to your washing. But most of the time, it's attached to my laundry bag, we use these, and they're soapy, they smell quite good. I usually use 1 with a small load or 2 with a bigger load, and that's it. We have a bag with pegs. We've found that metal pegs are better being that we beach camp most of the time, well, so far, plastic pegs get salty and gross and break down, and the metal ones are just so much easier. Just has to chase a crow away from the chooks. Yeah, the plastic ones don't like being near the salt. They rust and snap, and so the metal ones are really good. If you're only doing short trips, it's probably fine, but if you're longer term out there, definitely get the metal pegs. We did get Amazon cheapies, and yeah, they're crap. The Amazon cheapies are crap, so don't fall for it. They're smaller, even though they say they're bigger. The best ones, I can't even think of the brand, but we got them from Barani Naturals, the same place we get our cleaning stuff from. So yeah, they've got the metal pegs. Just have a look on their website and you should be able to find them. I think they're like $30 for a bag, $30 or $40. It's an outlay, but they're fantastic. They've lasted us like for ages. So definitely get those. Next step, I have to clean the kitchen so I could show you how we organize all of this. Food for 5, you sort of got to work in meals. So our pantry cupboard is set up in meals, in breakfast, snacks, lunch and dinner, so that we know which cupboard to grab which stuff, and packing it away is easier. Yeah, just for ease of finding things, especially with kids pulling stuff out, and we sort of try to sort it so it's ready to grab. So again, they're these huge cupboards, but I didn't want shelves in there because it means sometimes you can't put everything in that you want. So I've just got those little stacking shelves at the back, and so like snacks and bars and things of the kids all go in the bottom, and then other stuff goes in the top. So it's sort of our lunch and snacks. So wraps, obviously noodle things and stuff like that go in there. This is our more dinner cupboard, so pastas, cans and things like that go in there. And this is breakfast, so it has the turntable in there. They're at Kmart for $10. They're fantastic. You can chuck all your stuff in there and spin it around. We usually have our big cereal pourer in there as well, but at the moment that is over on the bench. And then this one is like extra stuff, so vitamins, and then yeah, obviously Milo, hot chocolate, big tins of tuna go up in that one, and Glad wrap foil all goes in that one as well. Things that we're not needing daily, but it's like extra stuff, and also has another turntable in it. They're the best. In the fridge, I think I've taken them all inside, but there's one here. I use these inside the fridge usually. It's a bit empty now, but it's because, I mean, if you've traveled, you'll know a lot of stuff slides around inside the fridge, and you know, you open your door and end up with yogurt flying out at you and things like that. So I use these containers to put those sorts of things in, so that we can sort of keep them organized. Open the fridge, you can see what you want. Nothing sort of gets stuck at the back. It's just easy to grab things, easier for the kids. Like to sort of set it up so they are as self-sufficient as possible. So they can open it, they can get what they need. Kind of makes life easier for all of us. Again, we have Fusion Lock caddy here for tea, coffee and sugar. So that's where the kettle lives and everything. I do have to we got a new kettle because our other one was blowing up all the time. In here we've got the rest of our tubs. So we've got a little pull-out pantry, and we just have the steamer containers in here. So obviously Simon's put pretzels in the crumbs. Yep, that drives me nuts, but anyway. Crackers, snacks, herbal teas, flour, because we do calamari a fair bit and fish, so we have breadcrumbs and flour for that, so making batter or just crumbing things in there, nuts. Spreads, we probably don't do this as much anymore. It's more short trips. Now we just have jars of everything. And again, our jars of everything live in a turntable. So up here is condiments. So we have all of our jars, like our spreads and salt, pepper, herbs and everything in there. And this one is like oil, big chili salt, spray oil, tomato sauce. So that's our cooking cupboard. Then this cupboard, which is probably a mess, is our mugs, our shakers and our coffee stuff. So our kettle lives in there when we're traveling. The other cupboard is just all the controls for the solar and the water and all that uninteresting stuff. That's all up there. That's pretty much, I mean, we don't overfill it. Tea towels live underneath our pull-out pantry, and we keep bread in our oven, which, oh, look, it's fab at the moment, isn't it? We can't use our oven because it's part of a non-recall with Swift. So yeah, there's a recall in process, but they're not actually doing anything. So at the moment, we can't use our oven or cooktop at all, which is a pain in the ass. It's all molded in and everything. So we're thinking we might have to pop some drawers in or something and just get rid of it altogether and just rely on our induction cooktops. Underneath here, I'll pop you down on the ground. Under the oven is my cleaning cupboard. So it's a cupboard that no one else can be bothered getting into. It's kind of a painful cupboard. At first it was like, what on earth are you going to put in here? So in here lives our baby vacuum. There is also a power point so I can plug it into charge. Our dustpan and broom, which is what I use primarily for cleaning. And all our wipes. We use lots of wipes. Again, I know there is wastage with these, but being able to store rubbish is a lot easier than being able to find water. So we use a lot of wipes for that reason. Spare sponges, dusting cloths are all in here. All of that's in there. It's easy to get to when you need it, and it's nicely hidden away for when you don't. That little cupboard for us is over the wheel arch. So we do have another storage cupboard like that, which is under the dining table, which I'll just put you here to see. So I've got another one of those containers that we have the games in. This is for extra soaps, you know, like our mozzie nets or fly nets, extra cans of things, just like our bulk stuff goes in there. Also our pot for pasta, because it's a big one and doesn't fit in our usual pot drawer, which is this one here. So our frying pans live in here, and usually the kids' school books are in there as well. The storage under our dining table is completely full with our batteries. So I'll finish cleaning up and then show you around once it's pretty. This job is a little time consuming, but also very satisfying. So it's a little old school, but defrosting the fridge and freezer. The last time we did it was summer in Esperance, so it was hot and it did it really quickly. Right now we're in the middle of winter and it's probably a top of, oh, according to the clock, it's 10 degrees. So it's taking a little longer, but I do use a trusty spatula. It's plastic and I use it to help break up the frost, because yeah, it's not a frost-free freezer and fridge obviously, and so it needs doing. Probably needed to do it a little while ago, but it's one of those things, you know, it's like I can't be bothered, you've got to clear everything out. And so last time we did it, we were staying at a like little cottages when we were doing our ISO from entering WA back in Feb, like at the start of February. So yeah, it's it takes a little bit of time, But yeah, I scrape it out with one of these and scoop it in to one of our little containers. We also use these in the freezer for ice. I have plastic ice cubes, but we also make excess ice when we are on water. So when we're off water, we have ice. So we just fill up one of those containers with it. I'm thinking of getting a bigger one for it, and we're going to put those tubs in our drawer, which I'll show you in a bit, because I will do that once I finish defrosting the fridge. All right, whilst in between making our bed, I thought I would show you quickly what we do under our bed. So we have 2 short boxes under our bed, so we have quite a bit of underbed space as well where we put things. But underneath our bed we have those same tubs that the kids have, but we have the bigger version, so you can sort of have a look there. And we just keep excess things. The air fryer is under there, which we were just talking about. We're probably, I don't know, we did not use it anywhere near as much as we thought we were going to use it. But we might keep it. I don't know. We're still deciding. But yeah, we have things under there that we don't use every day, but we still want to get to. We usually keep our jackets under there. We have the Mac Pack ones because they fold up really small. They're easy, they're light, and they're warm. So we have those under there. We have some backpacks. So we bought these while we were away, because when we went to Rottnest Island, you sort of can't take much with you because you've got to walk. So everyone got a backpack with some stuff. So we sort of kept them. They're light and they come in handy if you need them for anything. So they're under there. We have a container under there that keeps boots. So we pretty much take thongs and boots. That's it. And the boots live under there. It's just easy for them to there. When we're in shitty weather and we're using them, we tend to just pull the basket that they live in out, and it just goes under the bed. So everyone can just dump them in there, so they're not getting trapped all over the place. Christmas Santa stockings are in there. Our little Christmas tree and our Christmas lights are all underneath there, and then space bags with big doonas. And yeah, we'll probably have to get some extra pillows. It's been a few months now, so we need to change those over. But I'll show you where we keep our extra bedding as well. All right, bed is made. So I'll just give you a look at what we do with extra bedding. So I do take an extra set of everything. Doona cover for us, and 2 sets of sheets for everybody, and 2 lots of pillowcases. The kids have a micro fleece blanket, and then their Manchester Doonas. So if we usually don't wash the Doonas unless I know I can dry them. So in here I have 2 extra sort of bed toppers, I guess, blankets for our bed. We sort of do that because everyone sits on our bed. I like to just sort of have an extra blanket over our bedding. And when it's super cold, we sort of snuggle with them. We use one of these for the flat sheets for the girls and Micah, the kids. They're for like when it's super hot but they want something over them. I just cut up regular single sheets and made them out of that. And our spare fitted sheet is in there. Our spare Doona cover goes in here at the moment. It's getting washed. I'm just going to pause and clean the lens. It's got some fluff on it. That's better. In this tub over here is the kids', you can see, spare fitted sheets and all our spare pillowcases. And they all just sort of roll up in there. So they don't take up much space at all, really. The third cupboard over here is where Simon keeps some of his clothes. So he has one of these stuck compartments for his extra stuff. We have the little cabins down here, and you can sort of see in there. I'm just going through mine at the moment. When I have one of these tubs again, they're from Big W. I think they're called a fridge drawer. I just have a few things in there. Mostly I keep all the charging stuff for my gear. So for the drone, my camera, this camera, And we have like little LED Christmas lights in there for like bedside table lights, because we have got the lamps on the side of the bed. They're really, really bright. So when we put them on, it's either blue or like super like blind you. It's bright for the kids if they're doing something. So I just like to have the light, and just so I can see in that cupboard, cavern, whatever it is, because it's actually really dark in there and hard to see. So I'll just move my fan and show you. So we have these side cupboards here, and Simon added an extra shelf here, because before it was just the single one and just this massive, and it just sort of ended up like all my clothes would end up all mushed up with each other. So now we have the shelves. You've probably seen some of my videos before with all my clothes rolled up in there. Mostly I take dresses, I can wear leggings under them and long sleeve tops. I usually take 2 of the Uniqlo thermal, the heat tech long sleeve tops. They fold up really nice and small and they're warm. And so I'll have like shorts and pants and in here, then dresses and tops, sort of do it that way. I have this in the back here for things like swimwear that I could put in the back. I have got a bedside table drawer that's for like underwear and stuff, and the little cupboard, so zoom you down the bottom here, and you can see it's hard with this light. In here is where I keep my jumpers and cardigans. So I take, so our last trip was 5 months. I had 2 cardigans, 1 jumper, and that's it, and my MacPack. And that's sort of all. I think I wore my jumper once. Actually, I did buy another jumper at Streaky Bay just because it was super cute. But yeah, that's kind of it. We do have found that we have bought a lot of things on the road clothing wise as well, but we do try to drop off stuff along the way too. So op shops and things like that. You pack way too much. Doesn't matter. You'll still get rid of things. These here, so you've probably seen them. We've got them in the house as well. And they're removable stickers. We just get them of places we've been, favourite photos and all that. And they're from a Creative Heart. She makes those. They're fantastic. Her turnaround time is really good. I just usually plan a couple of weeks ahead, knowing where I'm going to be, and get them sent onward that way. You can just get stuff sent straight to a post office, and if at places they won't do parcel collect, just put the post office's address and put care of your name, and the post offices will take it. We haven't had any trouble yet. What's up?
Lunchtime.
All right, lunchtime. Be back in a sec. Not that it really looks like it, but the windows were disgusting, so I do the same thing that I did in the bathroom. I use this and a squeegee that's just over there to do the inside windows. Just open them a bit, rub it all around, squeegee it off, and just wipe. The outside though is so bad that it doesn't even look like they're clean, so there's probably not much point in me trying to show you that they're nice and sparkly inside now. But yeah, the outside of the van needs a good overhaul, so that will be obviously the next fun bit. I'm going to go in and grab some lunch and then finish off this fun, exciting task of reorganizing the van. I'm just trying to think of the questions that we've been asked. Oh, our clock. Our clock is from Officeworks. It's this one here. The brand is Degree. It has the date, the day, the temperature. We did not get the digital option because I like the kids to be able to read an analog clock. So that's why we have that. We do have a digital clock on our range hood, but we cover that up because at night it's like offensively bright. And so we just have a piece of black tape over that. So we just have the analog clock. Mind you, they all have watches and devices and everything with digital time, but it's just something that we wanted them to be able to do, is read the time on an actual clock. Quickly before I go in, this here is another toiletries. I don't even really know how to pronounce it. It's one of the, I think it's supposed to be for shaving cream or something. Anyway, it fits the remote control for the TV perfectly, and it just sticks again on there. So it's a good one because, I mean, look, the kids don't always put it back, which is super frustrating. But most of the time we do, so we know where it is, because trying to find it can be a pain in the bum. Our TV is just up on this side and it comes right out. Very, very rarely do they sit at the table watching TV unless they need to eat, and then we swing it around. But usually everyone just sits on our bed. It's fine. I mean, we knew it was going to happen. We have another Fusion Lock caddy over there that keeps, it's basically the charging station. So if devices need to charge, they have to live there. The kids go an awful habit of just continuously playing them, and then they die. So now that's our hat hanger here. Again, on a Fusion Lock hook. We have the other Sirocco up here that swings all the way out. They're pretty easy to clean. You just take the back off and wipe them down with a wipe. I need to do those because they're pretty gross. Simon just installed that. They're super easy to install. The wires are actually hiding in behind this, and then he's popped it in the cupboard at the back where our radio is and put it in that way. So yeah, you can do them yourself. It's pretty easy. Just Google how to do it. I'm not sure how clear their instructions are, but yeah, we just sort of looked it up. We don't use our TV, so we've got the wind up aerial there. You can see that. We don't ever use that. We don't watch regular TV at all. So we just have the Google Chrome thingy for streaming. Otherwise, we have a hard drive with movies that the kids can all watch for their favorite movies and stuff like that when we're somewhere where we don't have internet. Because if we haven't got decent internet, then we can't stream Netflix. So we have to have a backup, especially if you're stuck inside. If it's cold, too hot at night time, we always sort of do a movie as a wind down. Sink. So I know I said I was going to lunch. They'll call for me in a minute. We have this super cute little caddy. It's from Camp Smart. You can probably get them other places. It has its own little like draining shelf that it sits on. It goes in the sink when we're traveling, and I just put like our pot plant and stuff that we have on the sink in that, and then it fits. It takes up just a little over half of our draining area of the sink because we have a draining side. I know some people just have the tub. I cannot stand it. I don't want my dishes all over the bench. There's not enough room. Just want to use it as a normal sink. So we have it on that side, and our cups and everything go around it. We have the whole bench here. I don't mind our defrosting stuff from the freezer. So we've got the whole bench here with space all the way along, which is plenty. And then, of course, the table that we use for stuff. So if the kids are cutting up veggies or whatever for dinner, they'll do it down there, and we do it on this side. Cutlery drawer, I'll show you quickly before I head off. So this is ours. We just have a standard cutlery insert and sharp knives down the side there. Our second drawer is empty at the minute because I'm just cleaning the drawers out, and that's, you know, your other utensils and measuring cups and things like that. But I'm actually going to put some of these tubs in here to separate them up. We had the non-slip mat, but everything just seems to get thrown all over the place, so I'm going to do a couple of those in there just to keep everything as neat as possible. It's hard, especially when going off-road, to keep stuff neat. So I find using like tubs and containers and baskets just keeps things in their place so that they're not getting thrown all over the van too much. Just the usual. I mean, we have the hooks up here. I think a lot of people sort of do that for keys. We don't tend to actually leave our keys up there too much though. So yeah, it has a little centered hanging thingy there. Keys are usually hidden as a security measure. And then we have them somewhere else. So I won't say where they are, but they're not in the obvious spot, because I know I have heard of people's vans getting broken into, and they know where all the keys are for everything. So ours are kept somewhere else. I think that's sort of it for the minute, and I'll just give a brief video once it's all clean and you can see it looking pretty again, because it's been a while since I've shown a pretty video. The kids do their own clothes. We do Marie Kondo style, where everything is rolled so it fits easier into things. Yes, my kids still chuck their stuff everywhere. Micah keeps his rolled and neat. The girls do not. So every 2 weeks, I make them pull their tubs out of their cupboard and re-roll everything. So just to make sure they're keeping on top of it. Otherwise it gets out of control. You sort of got to have some measures in place for those sorts of things. Schoolwork, as I said, the kids each have one of those pencil cases, and it all goes in there. We don't do distance ed on the road. We use IXL, and the kids have a budget each. They then have a maths mate book, a handwriting book for the younger two, and a journal. That's kind of it. We would do schooling, formal schooling, once a week, and everyday learning is all the time. So we'll quiz them on the time on the analog clock. We'll quiz them on if fuel is this much and we have to travel this far, like how much will we need, how much will that cost. Quiz them on food, accommodation costs, all those sorts of things, budgeting. So they're using that all the time. Reading when we're out, I get them to read the info sheets when we're at places of interest, and just sort of everyday stuff that they need to do. Cooking, the kids all take turns with cooking. Primarily we cook outside in the Weber or on the induction cooktop. I would use the gas cooktop quite a lot as well, but at the moment we can't. So we're just exploring options there. It's really frustrating. The oven I didn't use much. We'd bake a cake every now and then, but I'm going to experiment with that in the Weber and see how it goes. But I'm a little annoyed about not being able to use the stove, and there's like none available anywhere else. So we're just sort of contemplating what we're going to do there. If you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. Like if you've just ripped yours out and gone without. I mean, we have enough battery power and everything to run induction for our cooking inside, so it's not a big deal, but sometimes, I don't know, I just like having the option. But anyway, first world problems. At the moment I'm defrosting the fridge and freezer, so it's an utter mess. I have water and ice everywhere, so fun times. Cleaning, mostly I use a dustpan and broom and my Swiffer. Probably saw Phoebe doing it earlier. Swiffer mop with the wipes. Just these ones are my favorite. Oh, there goes Micah. For cleaning, that's pretty much it. Dusting cloths, wipes. I don't really use our little vacuum much, mostly to vacuum the beds. The sand just gets in everything. It's just a nightmare. The little vacuum's great on the concertina blinds as well, because they do get dusty too. Organising, we have got a little whiteboard here, and that's usually if the kids have Zoom dance classes or Zoom for school. It's also what schooling they have, so they can check that and make sure that they've done what they need to do. They usually help with all sorts of things, so they're pretty good, thankfully. I don't know, that's kind of it. If you have any questions, please pop them below or on our Insta. I'm mostly on there most days. But yeah, that's sort of the way we pack the van and organize it. I will pop in a little walkthrough, little zoom around at the end of how it looks when it's clean. And yeah, so happy travels. At the minute, we are stationary and organizing the van for the next big trip and getting our house finished. So most of that has been on Instagram, but I am going to do a little video on our house and what we've done and what we're planning to do, and it as it's finished. Our next big project is our bathroom. So it's been a long project, this house. But anyway, yeah, enjoy the little video at the end. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, pop them below or send me a DM on Instagram. And if I think of anything else, I might pop back in after this. Otherwise, we'll see you next week when we are exploring our favourite secret beach in the Bremer Bay area and spending Easter at our little hidden wilderness camp. See you then.